Right, I thought I'd make a video on the components of a Td6 steering clutch. The anchor point is there. This goes through the frame and is locked in through a threaded portion in the casing into a blind hole which locks that in solid. Brake bands is anchored at the bottom with the adjuster. Brake bands are linked together with one pin and one split pin through the middle. On the BTD6 ones, that pin extends to the outside, and there's two split pins, one here and one there. But on the TD6 it's just this one. What I've done, I've increased the diameter of the split pin and the hole to make it easier to remove and replace linings in the future. I've just put it together now as it sits in the machine. This is the actuator arm, which is fixed to the steering clutch levers. So when you pull the clutch back, it pushes against that thrust bearing, pushing in against the spring, relieving the tension on a group of clutch plates, which are on this particular model bimetallic and steel plates. Every other one, most machines got fibre. This one I built a complete setup by metallics. So this is connected onto there by those little bit of yoke. If I pull that off, I'll just put it there to demonstration. You see it's held in place on the bottom with a screw that comes up through the bottom casing, and a little pin, well, this is a turned cone which fits into that bearing there, which holds it in tight. As you can see there, that's a closer look at the thrust bearing, which actually pushes against a very large spring on the inside. On the outside is a closer look at this. This is the end of the coupling, which is actually a dog, which locates on the corresponding surfaces on the crown wheel. When you take these clutches out, that is forced right in, almost flush with the spline shaft. But when you connect the clutch, this moves out, as you can see, to about that position, and those bolts onto a flange on the drive. So this is held in mesh with the corresponding splines on the inside. Past you, then you got the oil. There's a seal. Take this off. Ugh. It's quite heavy. Right, as you can see, that's the shaft then, drive shaft for the clutch. These actually slot in onto the yoke to operate the steering clutch. They fit in there. This, see by the other side there, it's best to see it here. See, it fits over there. This is a closer look, which actually locates in there. As you can see, this goes backward and forward. You pull the levers, this moves, pushes this thrust forward like that, to against that surface there, which behind that surface is a spring. So it works as like a conventional clutch, but the spring tension actually holds the plates together. So when you push against the spring, it releases the tension on the clutch plates. Therefore, that drum will turn to steer the machine. This is to your foot pedal. So as you push down, that brings the band tight against the drum, locks the drum up solid. You have got no drive to the drum now because it's been disengaged by pushing this against that area there. So in effect that drive on that track side, which is the left hand side, will stop and the machine will steer. So this is a closer look at the Briggs Rig Bands, whichever line. As you can see, it's fairly straightforward, 3-segment band. As I explained earlier, the Td6 ones are similar. The only difference is the pin on the top, which is 2 split pins, not one like this one through the middle. This machine, don't forget, is 1942. And as you can see, the splines on the top of this are marked up on the top, a white mark, which corresponds with a mark on the clamp, which is connected to the steering levers. So get it roughly in the position it should be, but it will be adjusted because of all the repairs I've made. So basically that's a steering clutch and brake band assembly on a Td6. It's quite a heavy lump altogether. It's a very large lump, quite heavy. So I intend to clean the parts up and putting them in using the backhoe on a JCB to lower them in, because it's a two-man job really, and I can't do this on my own. It's really heavy. This plate then of the clutch bolts to the drive, which I'll show you. It's a nice warm day. Who needs a workshop when you get a nice day like this? As you can see, that's bolted to that flange. That's the drive flange, which is connected to gears in the final drive, which drives the tracks. Inside there, that drive, I show you, I tacked it back in to show you how it's held in place. So that's, originally this had nuts, studs and tab washers, but that didn't do any good on this side because I found most of the studs are sheared off. So I'm using bolts and spring washers. It's much easier to remove, no messing around, and it's a stronger grade bolt. So the anchor pin I showed you, with that little bolt goes through, it goes to that down the bottom there, and that goes, there's your actual lever for your brake there, a pedal which goes onto a pin. So basically that's the crown wheel and pinion down there with a PTO shaft running through the middle to drive a PTO on this machine, which are quite rare. So that's worth a few bob on its own. So basically it's cleaning and cleaning and cleaning until I get it right, and then once the JCB is back I shall lower all the heavy bits in and rebuild the machine. The cylinder head is away, valve guides on the way down to me, and the head's going to be rebuilt. I'm still considering doing re-ringing the engine, so I've got this far now. I spent this much time on it, it's been such a long time, you might as well go right through it. And she'll be quite a good machine. So still lots of work to do, lots of cleaning. But see, that's the bits I'm cleaning up now, see how state it in. So years and years of use and neglect. So that's basically it. Till next time.